Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video, and man, this one is a very unfortunate one to make. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm very surprised by this news, because like, if you came to me and you told me the things that we're going to be talking about in this video, and you were like, name one company where you think that this would be kind of like taking place at, I would either say EA or I would say Activision. It wouldn't even be close. Like, Activision has been such a fucking scummy company for so long at this point that like this doesn't even really surprise me that much. The only part that's really shocking about all this is just how far it went. I mean, the details that we're about to go through in this are extremely gruesome. Like, it is so bad that the people involved with this, I feel like, should genuinely be looked into having charges put on them for this. This is going beyond just some, allegations or something surfacing on Twitter or in a random TikTok video. We're talking about a state literally suing Activision for the workplace that they had fostered and the things that had went on there, man. And I mean, like you're gonna see here in a few seconds, some of these things are so morally corrupt, disgusting, just garbage human being behavior that like, the fact that it occurred genuinely should bring charges on people, man. A California state agency is suing Activision Blizzard, the video game maker that produces Call of Duty, over claims of sexual harassment and discrimination. After a 2-year investigation, the state's Department of Fair Employment and Housing said in a lawsuit filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court that Activision fostered a, quote, frat boy workplace culture. Executives sexually harassed women, the agency said, and male employees openly joked about blank and drank alcohol while engaging in, quote, inappropriate behavior towards women at their cubicles during events known as, quote, cube crawls. The lawsuit added that women were routinely paid less than men for similar work and were less likely to be promoted. Activision's workplace, quote, is a breeding ground for harassment and discrimination against women, the agency wrote. Quote, female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, including having to continually fend off unwanted sexual comments and advances by their male coworkers and supervisors, and being groped at the cube crawls and other company events. In one case, the lawsuit said a female employee died by suicide during a business trip as a result of her sexual relationship with her male supervisor. Before her death, male colleagues allegedly shared explicit photos of the woman, the lawsuit said. The lawsuit, which was reported earlier by Bloomberg Law, said that the company's executives and human resources department failed to address misconduct when they were informed of it. So the things that you just read are absolutely fucking disgusting, man. I mean, these are not just some silly little allegations. I mean, we're talking about people legitimately having to take their own fucking lives because of the harassment that they faced at work, because of the relationships that soured during their time working for this company, from the disgusting culture that kind of took place at Activision. We are literally talking about life and death, which is absolutely absurd. I mean, when you're talking about a company that publishes video games, this kind of bombshell report should never be something you should have to worry about coming out. Because when you think about it, right, like, I mean, it's not acceptable at any workplace, but especially at, like, a video game company, you would think that, like, the job is supposed to be fucking fun, right? People are supposed to legitimately enjoy coming to work. You know, they are making products that make people happy. And you're going to work, and these guys are fucking doing cube crawls, and they're harassing people into legitimate suicide. They're sharing pictures of these people without their consent. It's fucking disgusting, man. I mean, what's being said in this lawsuit here and what has come out is some of the most disgusting shit I think I've ever read about the internal behaving of a company. Now, I have a screenshot directly from the lawsuit here. This is, I guess, the paperwork that was filed in court, and it basically is the paper that really accuses everything. What we just took a look at here was actually a New York Times article, but what I'm about to show you is some of the description of the sexist behavior that kind of took place at Activision during this time. In another example, a female employee who worked at Blizzard Entertainment was assigned to a lower level, denied equal pay, and passed over for a promotion despite multiple factors that suggested that she earned it. 1. Highly rated performance reviews. Number 2. She generated significantly more revenue in her marketing campaigns than her male counterpart. And 3, she ran almost twice as many campaigns as her male counterpart. Despite her accomplishments, her male counterpart was invited to have monthly or weekly one-on-one meetings with the vice president. She was not afforded these same opportunities and, unsurprisingly, was passed over for a promotion in favor of her male counterpart. Similarly, other female employees at Blizzard Entertainment were assigned to lower-level roles, denied equal pay, and further delayed or passed over for promotions in favor of male counterparts, who lacked the same experience or qualifications but who were friends with the male head of the unit. A newly promoted male supervisor delegated his responsibilities to his now female subordinates in favor of playing Call of Duty. Other male supervisors would refuse to communicate with female employees, going to their male counterparts for information. I mean, you're hearing this shit that's being alleged in this lawsuit, and it's hard to describe it as anything other than genuine sexism, right? I mean, there's been like talks of sexism in video games and in gaming culture and stuff over the years. And while I disagree with very specific parts of a lot of these conversations, there's literally no other way to really describe this, man. I mean, we're talking about, like, in this example here, this woman literally had a higher rated performance review from the company, so they admitted, hey, she's doing great at her job. She's doing twice the amount of work as her male counterpart, and on top of that is basically generating significantly more income for the company than the male employee was, but yet the guy who is doing significantly worse in basically all aspects is invited to be having meetings with the vice president, and she is now paid less than this guy for doing more work, and is basically being glossed over when it comes to opportunities to be promoted in the company. You literally can't describe that as anything but genuine sexism. I mean, it's fucking absurd. So just to kind of, go back over everything here, if you're a woman working at Activision Blizzard, according to this lawsuit, what you can expect: your work ethic doesn't matter. The amount of, revenue or product that you're putting out doesn't matter. You have no opportunity really to grow in the company. You're not viewed or treated as an equal in the company. In fact, you're treated as a fucking object by all of the drunken, ridiculous fucking male coworkers that are doing these cube crawls, sexually harassing and assaulting these poor women for simply coming to work. Photos of them naked will be circulated around at holiday parties. Women will be, sent to the point of basically fucking killing themselves to escape the trauma of what they're having to endure at the workplace. And new promoted males will literally just pass all their work on to the women while they fucking play Call of Duty. This dude is over here trying to drop score streaks in a TDM lobby, while women in this company are fucking killing themselves because of the harassment that they're forced to endure. There's literally no defending this shit, man. I mean, you can sit here and say innocent until proven guilty, but I mean, when it gets to the point that a state government agency has to step in and fucking file a lawsuit, there's a problem. And from what's being alleged, California is saying that the state government tried to work with Activision Blizzard about these issues. From what I understand, these departments that are suing Activision Blizzard now have in years prior been going to them and saying, hey, there's, issues with your workplace. You guys are not treating your employees fairly, this is not up to standards, things like that, basically trying to get Activision to commit to making their workplace better, and nothing better has come from any of this. In fact, it seems as if Activision has actually actively denied, I guess, doing any wrong, and has not made any progress in this whole situation. In fact, go ahead and read this. In a statement, Activision said that the picture DFEH paints is not the Blizzard workplace of today, adding that the company tries to pay employees fairly and has worked to address its culture and improve diversity in recent years. Activision employees for years have undergone anti-harassment training, and the company said it had created a confidential reporting hotline and team that investigates employee concerns, among other changes. Quote, there's no place in our company or industry or any industry for sexual misconduct or harassment of any kind. In cases related to misconduct, action was taken to address the issue. The company said California had failed to properly discuss the accusations with Activision before suing, and it chided the agency in particular for bringing up the employee suicide. Quote, it is this type of irresponsible behavior from unaccountable state bureaucrats that are driving many of the state's best businesses out of California. The state employment agency declined to comment. It said in the lawsuit that it wanted Activision to compensate employees for unpaid wages, provide further recompense, and pay punitive damages. Activision, which is based in Santa Monica, California, and is worth about $70 billion, has nearly 10,000 employees. The company has faced criticism from its workers over wage disparities, especially as shareholders narrowly approved the $155 million pay package for the chief executive Bobby Kotick in June, making him one of the country's highest paid top executives. Yeah, you're getting a $155 million pay package, but your employees are fucking killing themselves because of the harassment that they face at work. Yeah, sounds like you're real deserving of that, right? Sounds like you deserve that pay package, bub. What really happened was the company's been making a shit ton of money. You know, they've been selling those Warzone skins. They've been fucking pumping Call of Duty out mediocrely for, you know, the last 7 years in a row. And so they made enough money to fucking pass this. And even though the company's facing extreme issues internally, it doesn't matter. And it's insane that this is the response that they got, you know, irresponsible behavior that's driving the state's best businesses out of California. No, California definitely has some issues that are causing companies to leave en masse, but them basically holding you accountable for what happens in your workplace has nothing to do with that. It doesn't matter where you're headquartered. This is fucking garbage behavior, and people need to be charged criminally. We need to see people go to jail for this. If this shit is happening, as California is basically saying in this lawsuit, people need to be going to jail. Not even just the people, you know, passing the picture around or groping these women without consent, but the people who fostered that, the higher-ups who overlooked that type of behavior, who knew that shit was going on and did nothing to help. An example needs to be made out of Activision for this shit, man. It's absolutely disgusting. It's sad, and I'm assuming this is not going to be the end of what we hear out of this whole thing, but with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus, make sure to check out Shop Opti down below, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, just stunned, honestly, and signing out.